Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. Today's video is a money saving hacks or tips, whatever you want to call it, video. So whether you're saving for something, trying to pay off debt, just trying to survive, I know the world's getting a little expensive right now. I wanted just to share with you some of the things we do currently or in the past that's helped us save money, get out of debt. We talk about that a lot here. We used to talk about it more back when I first started. I kind of share it more on Instagram, and I've got a lot of messages saying, will you do another finance video? So I thought this would be just a good one to share with you guys right now. So I hope it helps you out. But before we get started, I do want to add, this is just my personal opinion. So if you're doing some of these and it's helpful and it makes your life easy and you have the money, by all means do it. I'm just talking to the ones that are like, Ashley, I need help. What can I do? I need to get creative. This is the video for you. And definitely watch all of these, especially the last tip. I'm telling you, it's something that no one's talking about and it saves you a ton of money. This first tip, I feel like I share it in so many tip videos. Like, it's just a game changer, and it is clean your own home. Now I get, if you're busy and you can afford the cleaner, do it. But out of all the years we've ever been married, my house has only ever been cleaned once by a cleaning crew. Chase surprised me for this like most recent Mother's Day, and it was so nice. It was like a luxury, it was a splurge, but it's definitely not something we would do all the time because it was very expensive. So if you're needing to cut back and you're paying someone to clean your home, I highly suggest looking at that number and seeing how much you could save. And maybe it's not cutting them completely out. Maybe it's just going to once a month or once every other month. Like, if you're having it done weekly and you're in debt, it's probably not the best idea. If you need that help, like I said, just maybe lessen it or just get a really good cleaning routine. And sometimes that's all you need, and you can save all that money that you've been spending. It just comes down to routines. And I know these like cleaning videos that go from like terrible to super clean are so satisfying. Watch those and they will help get you motivated, but watch the routine videos, the ones that are actually keeping their houses clean, the ones that you don't see it get to a disaster. That means those routines are working. If your house is never really dirty, then when I share a routine, it means it works. It's been put in place, it's been tested. So just keep that in mind when you're working around your like cleaning budget. Tip number 2 is do all your like beauty care at home. I know this probably isn't as fun. And what I do want to mention is this doesn't have to be a forever thing. Maybe just don't get your nails done for the next 3 months or 6 months, or just say, you know what, for the next year, I'm going to save all that money, or I'm going to do them at home. And you can get some really nice products that you still feel like you're being taken care of and it's a treat, but you do it yourself. So I've been painting my nails a lot. I'll put nails on, but I've taken them off. And my little secret is I do not miss the salon. Like, I hated going to the salon. I never left there happy. I feel like I'd show a picture, they did whatever they wanted. The amount I'm spending for nails now, or when I did, was crazy. So I've had nails on since I was like in 3rd grade. Remember when it was like 15 for a fill and like 25 for a new set? Things have changed, and I was just never happy with them. And so I'm like, I'm just spending all this money to just be mad when I leave and not happy. And I hate speaking up at the nail salon. Even at the end, I would try to be assertive, and I still wasn't happy. So I pulled away. It saved us a ton of money. But my point is you can get some really good products. Like, I even splurged and bought myself some Chanel nail polish. It was under $30. So it was less than if I went and got a manicure. I can use it over and over and over. Plus the Chanel box coming to my front porch was so special. I feel like for that amount, they could have been cheap, and it was still just this very cool moment to receive. So take your nails off, get some Chanel nail polish or some stuff on Amazon. I have so many links over on Instagram. I probably have videos here too, but just by getting your nails done and maybe not getting your hair done as often, maybe doing a self tanner at home, which is healthier anyways, doing all those things is going to save you a ton of money. And like I said, all of this stuff doesn't have to be forever. It's just until you get out of debt or until you saved for that vacation or whatever, you know, you're currently working on. Tip number 3 should have actually been tip number 1, but here we are. So basically you have to budget. You have to have a budget. You have to know how much you're making every single month, and you have to know how much is going out. So then you can create the budget of like must-have. So like you have to pay your mortgage, you have to pay your water, you have to pay all that. Then you get to choose if you have money left over, if you're gonna have that cleaning lady, if you're gonna have your hair or nails done, and you may have to choose that month. You may not get to do all of it. So definitely make sure you're doing a budget. And I do wanna thank Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video. So they even helped us, and it's hard to get past Chase. He watches everything with our finances, but there's always just errors and mistakes. There's so many subscriptions now, especially with my job. I have so many apps, so many different things, and if you sign up, it's free, but if you cancel it by this time, you won't be charged, you know, all those things. Well, I had been setting up my makeup, which I've been wearing for years. I didn't realize I had it under my personal email and my work email. So we were being sent all this makeup and I thought I just wasn't going through it fast enough. I don't know, it was just slipping through the cracks. So if you have never heard of Rocket Money, which I highly doubt it, I feel like it's everywhere right now, but it'll help you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, basically just help you take control of your finances because it is like a personal finance app. I also love that it can lower our bills. I don't care if I have the money, I don't want to waste the money. You want to be very good stewards of it, you want to protect it, you work hard for it. There's no reason just to give it away, and it just goes quickly if you're not watching it. So for me, that's why Rocket Money has been a must. So Rocket Money has helped save its customers up to $740 a year when they're using all the premium features. So to save more and spend less, join the 5 million members using Rocket Money and start saving today. Just go to rocketmoney.com/tillvacuum, or you can click the link down below in my description box to get started today. You can also unlock all the premium features that's going to help you out even more. That's rocketmoney.com/tillvacuum to get started today for free. Okay, hack or tip number 4 is going to be shopping smart. So when I'm shopping, what I like to do is shop my home first. Maybe you don't even have to spend money. Maybe it's already sitting in a cabinet and you forgot about it. Maybe you just need to dust it off. Maybe it just needs to be cleaned. Maybe it just needs to be reinvented or spray painted. That's your number one way. Like if you're looking for something, always shop your house first, because some of us have cluttered closets and there's good stuff in there. Maybe you just need to go in your attic or your basement or whatever it is. Definitely shop your house first. And then after that, I like to work my way up from the cheapest up to the most expensive. So if it's something you can wait on, it's not something you need right now, start small. So maybe it's going through some Goodwills or thrift stores. Maybe it's going garage selling if you do that in your area. That's definitely a good way to start to save money. And then after that, or maybe you don't have those options, I like to start with the lowest of like going to Ross and then TJ Maxx and then Walmart and then Target and then all the way up. But I definitely always shop at the lowest first, because chances are I'm gonna find it at the most expensive store, but if I can find something that will work at a cheaper price, I'm gonna take it. So you just have to be very aware of when you're shopping. Like, don't just go to the expensive one. Like, don't just go to Pottery Barn. They're gonna have what you want, trust me. They're gonna have something amazing, but start out a little cheaper. You can also do swaps with your friends. I talk about this all the time. Be like, hey, you declutter and fill up the back of your trunk. I'm gonna fill up mine. And when we're at T-ball practice, we're gonna shop each other's closets or houses, or maybe just ask them like, do you have this product in your house? I'll buy it from you. I'm just looking, I'm trying to save money, or do you want to switch? There are so many ways to get creative. And with that thought, it kind of goes into tip or hack number 5, which is DIY projects. So maybe you need something, but maybe you could just make it for cheaper, or maybe you need something painted and maybe you can paint it yourself. I know it's so much easier to hire people, and sometimes we do that too, but there's other jobs that's like, you know what, I can tackle this, I can do it and save money. Maybe it's just getting the quote so you can be like, wow, that's more than I thought. I can do this. Maybe it's just taking a lamp you already have and just replacing the lampshade and like spray painting the bottom. I don't know. They're just, always think outside the box, especially when you're trying to get out of debt. If you're out of debt and you have the money and you want to splurge, go for it. That's why you work so hard. But if you're like, Ashley, I'm in debt, I'm trying to get out, it's time to be ruthless. Like, you rather spend 3 years like working hard and then in that 3rd year being done and being free from the bondage than to get to that 3-year mark and been like, God, I should have pushed harder. I would be so glad to be done with this. So I feel like when you're paying off debt, you just have to go all in. You have to be ready to go all in. And a lot of questions I'll get is, how do I get my husband on board, or my partner, or whatever it is? Maybe it's your wife. You have to dream together. You have to start dreaming what your life looks like if you're out of debt. Like, look at all your debt, add it up and think, wow, if we didn't have all these car payments, if we didn't have student loan payments, if we didn't have a mortgage, what would our life look like? And start hanging on to that and start your journey. And then when you get weak and you just want to spend money, go back and reference that. Like write it down, talk about it at night before bed, and start dreaming again. And just be like, this is why we're doing this. It's hard in the moment, but our future selves are going to thank us so much. This next one is my least favorite one. I've had to do it. It was horrible. I survived, but it was terrible, and it's eating at home. For some of you, it's like, Ashley, that's a joy. That's an honor, and I appreciate your gift. I wish I had it. I pray about it all the time. I wish I could sing, and I wish I loved to cook. One of these days, maybe I'll at least be able to cook or have a passion for it. I want to have a passion to cook for my family, and there's some households where like the husband loves to cook or the wife loves to cook. Neither one of us like to cook. We will to like get by, but it's nothing either one of us enjoy. So I'm gonna give you some tips if you need to do that for a little while, just that make it better, because not everyone loves to cook. So tip number one is keep it simple. When I learned to just cook very, very simple meals, it's less daunting. Is it fancy? No. Is your family fed? Yes. So maybe it's grilled cheeses and mac and cheese one night. Maybe it's just hamburgers, or maybe it's just hot dogs. Maybe it's just pigs in a blanket with mac and cheese. Like I'm telling you, keep it simple some nights. It's better that than eating out and spending a ton of money on a tip and stuff. So just keep it simple. Look at very, very simple recipes. Maybe it's a frozen pizza, maybe it's handmade, whatever you do, but go back to those super simple meals, and it just makes life easier. Another thing Chase and I did when we were very first married, we were barely making money. We barely saw each other because we were kind of both in school and we both had jobs, and we were doing everything to pay off my student loans, which was like the best thing we did. Was it fun at the time? No. Was I seeing everyone around me getting new cars and new outfits and new jewelry and purses and all the things? Yes, but it was the best thing I did, was getting debt paid off. And then once we started making money, like we didn't wait for the Lord to bless us to pay everything off, and we didn't wait for the Lord to bless us to be generous the whole time. And I'm gonna give those two tips just right there. Like we were blessed once we were obedient. And when that money did come in, we weren't having to sit there and pay off all these debts. Everything was paid off. So we got to be even more generous. Like that is one thing that is a passion for me. It's a dream of mine to every year be more and more and more generous and be able to give and help. And I'm not a great server as far as time, because I don't enjoy, like, I'm definitely an introvert, but I love giving. Like, I just love it. Like, even when we didn't have money, I loved it. And now that you guys are a part of this community with me, we get to do it in the masses, and I'm a full believer we are all a part of that. I'm a full believer if you're a believer and you are going to meet your creator one day, I truly believe you're a part of that. Like when I give, it's because you guys trusted me with buying things and links and all of that. And I truly, truly believe you're gonna see and benefit from the reward of that one day. So I just wanna say thank you. Okay, I'm getting a little off track, so we're gonna reel it right back in. The other tip I wanted to share was go eat with your family. Like, I'm sure it was easier too when we were younger and newlyweds, but once a week we ate with my parents, once a week we ate with his parents, and trust me, everyone loved it. Like we had free food and our family loved seeing us, and I don't care how old Savannah is, I will cook from scratch anytime she wants to come home and see me, and I will make her a meal, and I don't care if she's 18, I don't care if she's 58, if I'm alive. Please come home, please see your mom. They would love to cook you dinner. They'd love to see you. Plus it saves you money, and work it out. Just be like, once a week, can we come see you? And you cook dinner. And most people that cook dinner have leftovers anyway. So just kind of keep that in mind, especially if you're on the younger years. Your family wants to see you and they'd love to cook you a meal. They love to see you and you save money. So it's like a win-win. This next one's a little different, but I'm telling you, I did it and it worked. And so this is when we lived in our first apartment, which you guys never saw our first apartment or our first home. So you guys saw all the ones after that. We've had a lot since then. But I was trying to save us money. Like we were doing everything to pay off our debt. And if you go watch those videos back in the beginning, I share all the ways. Like we would go on golf courses and like get golf balls and wash them and sell them. Like we did so many things. If you ever want to go back and watch that video, it's really good. It's really old, but it's really good. It's probably a little cringy, but just bear with me. But where was I with this? Oh, okay, I had to check my notes. One thing I learned, like everyone knows to like, you know, fix the thermostat or whatever, but unplugging things can save you a ton of money. And so we lived in this apartment and every time we'd leave, I'd unplug like our lamps and anything we weren't using and I checked the bill. So one month I left everything plugged in. And when I say everything, it was a tiny 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. We didn't have a dining table, like it wouldn't fit, like tiny. I could vacuum the whole thing with one, like, you know, corded vacuum. I could vacuum the entire place with it, tiny. And so one month I left everything plugged in. The next month I would unplug things when we left, and when we needed them, instead of like clicking the lamp, I would plug it in. It actually lowered our bills. So just keep that in mind. Maybe it's not an everyday thing, but maybe you're going on a vacation for a week or a few days, or maybe you're gonna be gone. It's like, unplug that stuff, especially if you're not gonna be using it, and save the money. Definitely like check your bill, unplug things and check it later and tell me if it works, because way back when it was definitely working. Now let's go on to number 8. This is another one like number 1. I share it for so many different reasons. So it's just so beneficial, and it's declutter your home and sell the items. So not only is your home gonna get cleaner, it's gonna get more organized. You're gonna have less clutter in your head. It's facts, look it up. You're gonna make extra money doing it. Back when we were first married and we had Savannah, I wasn't working. I totally thought I was retired. I was never gonna work another day in my life. That was my goal. What I would do for like the month, I would have our monthly things and our budget. And if there was like extra things or just extra things we wanted to do, I had an envelope system, which I talk about in all those other videos, but like Savannah's dance class at that time, it was like a mommy and me, it was like an extra $30 a month. So if I didn't have it saved and I knew I needed it for that month, I would walk around my house and I would find something that was $30 or that I could sell for $30 to make that money. So at first I had all like my fancy designer jeans. Everybody remember like the 7 for All Mankind jeans. They were like over $150. I had them in college and I would slowly just like sell things off. So if you have a bill and you have a lot of stuff in your house, you probably don't need it all. Instead of being stressed, go in your house, go in your garage, go in the places that you're not even using. Garage, basements, guest bedrooms, closets. Even if you have to sell 3 things to equal that amount, I would always start with 1. Like if I could find 1 thing, and if not, I'd look for 2. If not, I'd look for 3, and I would sell things to equal that bill. So then we weren't going out of debt. It wasn't coming out of savings, anything like that. Plus it clears out your home, which is amazing. I remember when I first started YouTube, everybody was like, you're so minimal, it's so beautiful. And it literally came out of a way to survive so I could be a stay-at-home mom with Savvy and not have to work. So like I would give anything up to stay with her. And so that's all we did. It made me declutter more. It made me more minimal. It made me more organized. But the goal was just to pay the bill. So definitely just get creative. Like I said, first start with those items you're not using. Like go out there and be like, am I really doing this? Or do these jeans really fit? Or do I carry this purse? Or whatever it is, do that. The other thing I would do was I would go to garage sales and I would buy furniture that was like $5. I'd paint it white. I'm telling you, there was so many years where I was covered in white paint. If I went anywhere, it was underneath my nails, it was in my hair. Like back at my first like YouTube house, my neighbors even knew every time I came over in the evening, like I had white paint on me from something. But it was more in our very first house I did it. And I would just like buy really cheap furniture. I'd paint it white and then I would mark the price way up, and it would go so quickly because so many people don't want to spend the time painting it. Then it kind of led into other jobs. Someone wrote and was like, I actually already have the furniture, would you just paint it? And so people would bring me their furniture, I would paint it and give it back and I'd get money. So just get creative, but definitely like decluttering your home. There's just so many wins for it. It's so good on your health. Plus you can make money and just like save all that stress. This last one's a little funny and you probably haven't thought about it. So I'm going to share it. I saved it till the end. So many people will tell you when you buy things and you decorate with it or whatever, they're like, take the tag off. Like as soon as you get it, as soon as you put that pillow on your bed or on your sofa, or if it's a blanket or decor piece, take that tag off. I have decorated in so many videos where I leave the tag on and so many people are like, take the tag off. Ashley, why aren't you taking the tag off? You're like a decorator, you do all this, why aren't you taking the tag off? I let that piece sit in my home for a good 2 days before I remove the tag, because sometimes I love it day one, but by day two, now I'm not saying keep it a month, I'm just saying within the first couple days, I'll change my mind and I'm like, I really wanted it that day. Maybe I was just emotional and it seemed good, but like, it's not in the house. Like, I don't love the way it fits in my house. Maybe I did day one, maybe it was a little iffy, or maybe it was like, that was just a random purchase. I can take it back and get the money. Like I said, hear me out. I'm not saying like keep it forever or use it and then return it, but you have a few days to decide. And then that way, when you're in the store and you're like, I don't know, do I or don't I? And then you don't get it, and then you come back for it later and it's gone. I've just stopped that. I buy it, I set it in my house, whether it's a vase, a lamp, a pillow, a throw blanket, and then if I don't like it, I can return it. But once you take that tag off, you can't. And it has saved me so much money. Like, there's sometimes I've bought stuff and then on Mondays, Chase and I will go do returns and I've made like $500 like in random things between like Amazon and Target and Walmart and Home Goods. Like, it really does add up. Like $20 here, $30 there, $10. It adds up so fast. And I know there's so many people that don't want to do returns because I am one of them. And I am so thankful Chase like does not mind at all. But seeing the money that comes back in, I'm like, you just have to. Like, it'll save you so much money. Like, just swallow your pride. They don't care. It's a service they offer. Return it and get that money back. Like, do not waste that money. Money is, you work too hard for it. You work too hard for it to keep something in your house you don't love just because you're embarrassed to return it. Return it, take it back. Okay guys, that was all over the place. I'm hoping when I edit this, I can make it make sense. I feel like I got on some soapboxes a couple times. I felt like different areas. It's so hard when I start these videos. I try to like be detailed, but my head wanders and there's other things I want to share with you guys that are on my heart. So thank you so much for being here. Don't forget about Rocket Money. It's a really, really good place to start, and it is a free app. You can upgrade features, but there's so many good things on the app for free that can help you just get started and doing all that. So definitely check them out. Like I said, it's rocketmoney.com/tillvacuum. I'll have the link down below in my description box. Let me know your favorite tip. Like, what number was it or what was it? I'd love to hear, like, if something stood out to you. If you have a tip, leave it down below. Like, help this community. We're all here together. We're all doing our best. We're all surviving life. And maybe there's a tip you can share that would really, really help someone. So leave those down below. If you're trying to pay off debt, if you're trying to do better with money, go read them. Go down there and read them. They leave some of the best advice. Some of you guys would do a way better job than me here, but thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.